Well, it's apparent to me that they are killing the vloggers in Jamaica. I don't know. This looks like an effort to silence those who are willing to speak out or cover certain topics for the rest of the internet world and the world at large to see. Listen now, this vlogging thing. Today we're going to talk about the most recent vlogger that got killed. But we're also going to talk about two others who came right before this one. And we're going to talk about the whole situation, being a vlogger in Jamaica and all that stuff. Just listen good for a minute. This is going to be a lengthy post. So, yesterday, news headline says, blogger NigelBigMeech killed in Spanish Town. Blogger and social commentator Nigel Walford was killed on Friday in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Another man is nursing gunshot wounds at the hospital. The shooting in Red Pond in the parish was confirmed by the police to our news center, and this is Nationwide Radio JM. Reports are that Walford was getting into a taxi in Red Pond shortly after 11 a.m. Big brawling morning, bright daylight hours, going on midday, when armed men approached him and opened fire. The taxi driver was also injured during the incident. So the taxi driver is the other person who is nursing his wounds currently. And both of them were taken to the hospital where Walford was pronounced dead, the blogger. The 32-year-old Nigel Walford goes by the social media moniker Meech. He has regularly expressed his views on news and current affairs on social media platforms, including Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, including strident views regarding laws and policing in Jamaica. The Campion College alum also created and moderated the popular Instagram site that is called Augusttown 876. Walford was born and raised in Augusttown. However, he was living outside of the community in recent years after being dragged before the courts on a cybercrime related issue. He was detained in April of 2020 by detectives that were assigned to the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch of SouFLoTV. He was eventually released on bail after being detained for several days. After several subsequent court appearances, the case was eventually dropped in December of 2022. He was represented by King's Counsel Valerie Nita Robertson, big attorney, right? Now, I don't know. I know that SouFLoTV deals with a specific type of crime, and I don't know if he was being preed as one of those. Me no swear for people, because you're a vlogger or a blogger doesn't mean that you're not involved in other things as well. And this could very well be him being involved in the underworld and making enemies that way, or this could also be him exposing somebody that did not take kindly to him exposing or him filming certain things and showing certain things to the world. No one might not understand how Jamaican culture run, but I come from a time in Jamaica where we stand up at dance, right? And the cameraman turn the camera to the women, and you will hear the DJ say, "Walk out into the video light, girl." And all the women them who doll up and put on them nice sexy outfit for the night, they walk out into the video light. "Take a middle of the dance floor, girl. Walk out into the video light, girl." The video light was for the girls. It wasn't usually for the men. I remember being at a dance couple of times, more than once, more than twice. And every time the cameraman hit certain corners in the dance, usually those dark angles, you will hear, "Hey, yo, pussy, move the camera from over here, some man." And then you will hear another youth say something like, "Yo, gunman in a them corner, yeah, or wanted man round here, so." So it'd be like wanted people that are on the run, who come out to party for the night, but them mask off in our corner in the dance. So I say that to say this. If you understand our culture, you will know, say, even though you're a blogger, vlogger, you can just swing camera in any direction. And certain topics, you can't even cover it. Especially if you walk the grounds in those areas. See, I found something very weird about this particular person's last tweet on Twitter. His last tweet on Twitter says, their next step is to kick off my door and plant a gun upon me and kill me. Me know on a playbook. Meech out. Meech out. NigelBigMeech on Twitter. He posted this. It had 11.5 thousand views, 8 retweets, 33 quotes, 2 likes only. Tweet Dr. DMD or periodontal something. Somebody replied to him and said, stop tweeting, Nigel. Give your life to Christ. That's a weird response, right? Their next step, if he kick off my door and plant a gun upon me and kill me, me know on a playbook. And the next person says, stop tweeting, Nigel. Give your life to Christ. And within hours of this post, news headline says he was gunned down while entering a taxi. I don't know if him have, that would imply to me that him have some kind of dealings or animosity going on with police. Not true? And let's not be surprised, because we know so we have gunman, badman police at Jamaica, as well as we have those who are upstanding police officers. See? But you have the rogue ones as well. And we're Jamaican citizens. Enough we know who the rogue ones are. Right? It's not your business to walk and tell. Because we have a thing in Jamaica where say, walk and, what it say? Walk and live. Talk and bumbuckler dead. So a lot of Jamaicans just don't talk because them want to live. So them just walk. You get me? Alright. His tweet was very suspicious. The man said me know on a playbook already. The next thing for them do is kick off my door, plant gun upon me and kill me. Alright. The only people that can kick off your door, plant gun on you and kill you, and then it be taken as, okay, he was in a shootout with our so-and-so, or it be justified, is police. So he's implying to me, in my understanding, that there's some bad blood here. Something a go on. What would, and then his involvement with CTOC from before, and then they dragged him to court from before, and then nothing came out of the case. It was dropped. He was detained in April of 2020 by detectives that were assigned to the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, CTOC. He was eventually released on bail after being detained for several days. And after several subsequent court appearances, that means him go court, go back to court again, go court again, his case was eventually dropped. I bet him never get back that bail money either that he had to pay after them lock him up and then make him have to pay a bail for get out and then case drop. You see? So I don't know what going on in him circle, but what I do know is he lost his life. Is this a target on bloggers or vloggers per se? Listen, there's another one, okay? And the headline was brawling for her, Nicola Gibson Campbell. When the headlines for her story hit the Jamaica Star, it says vlogger was killed in her yard. Residents of Little Q Road in Kingston 10 and another Kingston looked on in shock and sadness as they recalled the chilling news that their neighbor and friend, 36-year-old Nicola Gibson Campbell, was murdered in her yard the night before. Gibson Campbell, a vlogger, was also a clerk at the Kingston Public Hospital, and she was cut down by a lone gunman after she arrived home from work. Reports from the police are that Gibson Campbell, who is a mother of 3, she arrived at her home about 7 p.m. when she was pounced upon by this attacker who opened fire, hitting her multiple times, making sure that everyone connect. A resident said that the incident caught them by surprise. 13 shots. 13 shots. Nah, man, this was a hit. What kind of country this we're living in? The resident said, who requested that their identity not be known. Why the man them kill off the woman them like this? The resident said that she was jolted from her bed when she heard multiple explosions in the night and footsteps and shouts. Gibson Campbell was described as by an elderly male neighbor in the community as a good little friend who regularly checked on him to make sure that he himself was doing well. The deceased had grown up with her grandmother and had lived in Little Q Road for years. This is her area where she was known from. She grew up around Esso. Her former schoolmate remembered her as a quiet soul. Now, the thing that all of these people have in common is that they were all killed in the place that they grew up in. Okay? She died horribly. Nadia Simpson said she died horribly, man. Throughout my years at Melgrove, that girl has been a Christian. She never talk. She don't speak. Just her little peers, that's it. She not in a no mix up. She's not a loud person. She don't carry on herself with anything, with any and anybody. That kind of stuff. Gibson Campbell, she had a YouTube channel called Nicola Campbell's Journey. The latest video was uploaded a few days before she herself was gunned down. And I don't know if this had anything to do with the topics that she covered, but I went and looked at her stuff. And she wasn't talking about no gunman, bad man. She was talking about men, but she wasn't talking about gunman, bad man, gangs in the area. It wasn't like she was speaking on topics where an ignorant gunman could have in a corner watching her video and be like, yo, you know, said a girl that chat too much. A girl left it dead, you know. It wasn't that vibe from her channel. So I don't know how this reached her. And then, of course, the latest one, before all this, was Clarendon blogger LeeGates. And LeeGates was gunned down LeeGates was gunned down after he spoke out about or against a double murder. It was later revealed that gang war activities were taking place. LeeGates might have been hanging out with the wrong set. It's like Bloods and Crips are fighting. SouFLoTV was with the Bloods and the Crips came by and shoot up their enemies, and I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that happened. Not saying that's ever gonna happen. I'm not in no Bloods and Crips, nothing. I was just giving you an example, right? Popular Clarendon blogger LeeGates McNeil. He was murdered in Hayes last night, just hours after he commented on a double murder in the neighboring community in Portland Cottage. Now you gotta understand, he took to his platform to cover this double murder story, but it's in an area where he was at. You understand? Now, not only this, I was watching one of LeeGates' videos, right? Because some people you don't know about until after, and he was one of them. I didn't know about him until after, because there's been an explosion of vloggers to a point where sometimes we're like, yo, I guess everybody is a vlogger now. But we're not going to knock anybody for trying it, because it's something that you can be successful at, right? Okay, so I'm watching one of his videos and I noticed that he was flying a drone. This is right after the double murders had happened. He lift up a drone and was flying the drone over the area where the double murder had happened. See? And I remember, if you listen in the background, come and pay attention to everything, you know. You're listening in the background, you can hear somebody actually warning him. And I tell him, say, yo, brother, you know, boy, if you want to put that drone there over there, so you know, cause you know the man them over, so they might look upon it and next way or take it as something, and LeeGates answered and said, yeah man, but we good man, we already talked to the man them and get them approval and thing. And so me I say, them man they control them area, and you can't just lift up a drone and fly it over man place. So gunman, bad man, we think that you have them under surveillance, right? Because more than likely anything you catch on drone footage, you're going to go put it on your platform. All it takes is one little hothead who sprinkling blows and skirts spliff to there with some coke, and him start think crazy, and next thing you hear, yo, the vlogger boy there, a informer, you know. Yeah, them youth they work with police, you know. Yo, them boy they we forget them out of here, you know, cause them boy they got exposed with thing, you know. And mash up where we have a guan, you know. And next thing you know, you're dead. Two little ignorant hotfoot come murder you. So you don't know. In LeeGates situation, I don't know if that's what it is. But the police were alerted. So the police reports were that 8:55 p.m. going 9 o'clock at night, right? LeeGates was at a party when a group of men came up and opened gunfire on him and others that were standing there with him. The police were alerted, and upon their arrival, he, the vlogger, and another patron were seen suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. They were both taken to the hospital where the vlogger died from his injuries. The other man was admitted in stable condition. Now, in the live video that was posted to his Facebook page, LeeGates TV McNeil had said, "It is heart-wrenching. It is heartbreaking. Why so much shooting are going? Me don't know why so much shooting. Why so much things are going in a them time, yeah. We need God. Me I wonder if nobody no fear God again." McNeil then went on to implore his views, telling his viewers to please be careful out there and to remain vigilant. This is his last set of videos, you know. He's very much expressing that he's against the rampant murders and, you know, wanton killings going on in the country, especially in our area, this of Clarendon, which he was around. And he was speaking as if, you know, we need God. People forget that God exists or what? People don't value life anymore. So basically, if you're talking like this, and then you're lifting up drones over people's area, and no say gunman over there, you are definitely going to be looked at as one of them who might be working with police or try gather information under Sykes. If you got tell Pam Badman and these things. Either way, them not take no chance because life don't work much. So it's easy if you just get you out of the way and not have to worry about what you're doing next. I remember LeeGates says, people, may I ask you to please, just be careful out there because a whole heap of things are going and a whole heap of people involved in some little things. You see me? You have to just be careful when you're around certain people. You have to just be careful when you're around certain people. I don't know if this is right before he passed. So you have to be careful when you're around certain people. That talk right there, I don't know. Because I could never make that talk. Because I'm not around nobody that I think I have to be extra careful just because I'm around them. So you understand? That talk in itself is very telling. And then the fact that he died in the way that he died, he was around some people. I guess he was being careful but not careful enough. He also said, nobody have no love for nobody again. The simplest thing a man catch up and nobody can talk out nothing again. Come on, man. His social media presence rose to prominence following his coverage of the killing of a mother and her 4 children in the Clarendon community of Cocoa Peace in June of last year. Now, since then, he has covered several issues of national interest, including protests related to the Donnelly Donaldson murder case and other situations. Earlier, 39-year-old Andrew Derek Matthews, otherwise called Red Fox, a taxi operator, got gunned down, and a bunch of other people got gunned down on the same day that LeeGates was gunned down. Neither here nor there. Here's my thing. I was in Jamaica recently, right? And I remember a young man came up to me and we were talking, and he said, "SouFlo, me never know so you come from around at them parts, yeah, man." And I say, "Yeah, man. I hear some me grow up, you know. Clarendon me there, you know." And I say, "Yeah, man, I hear some me grow up on them thing there." And him say, "Me never know so them people are your people." And I say, "Yeah, man. But you know, me not publicize everything just like that because I understand how the place run." And I draw reference to LeeGates. And LeeGates is from Clarendon as well as me. So I draw a reference and I say, "You see what them do? LeeGates, right?" And the person laughed and the person said, "Yeah, well, you have a point, you know. But him did a cover certain topics and certain," and then him stop like that. You see that dead silence stop? Him did a cover certain topics and certain, and then he looked upon me. He looked at me in my face and he said, "Rotted SouFlo, you cover some things sometime too, you know, man." So yeah, man. Matter of fact, now me think about it, rotted SouFlo, boy, yeah, stay safe out there, here, brother. And you see when him a talk to me like that, the whole time that's what I'm thinking, because I didn't know if maybe he's one of them. Maybe he's somebody who feel like say me forget the same treatment too or whatever. So me shake, move, cut from the scene. Seeing? Same time. But it turns out he was just a regular person that was attending the same event that I was attending. Anyhow, I say that to say this. It's not safe to be a vlogger. And I know people are going to say, "Yeah, that's why such man and such man hide him face." No, such man hide him face because he's doing what I would never do, which is say things about people that you have no proof of. When you say things about people you have no proof of, that's defamation of a person's character. And I've seen that affect people to the point where it affects their income and their livelihood and even their family members by extension. So such man can hide and go and say what him want to say from behind the scenes. That's fame business. It's not because only solely they're killing vloggers why he might hide and he's exposing such important information. By the way, if that information is so important, that information should be given to the police and the police should act on it, and then by virtue of what such man has said, a whole heap of people should be in prison, right? Right. All right. Anyhow, my advice for the day, for anybody who's trying to do this vlogging thing, yeah, is I'm not going to tell you how I do, but pay attention to what I do. There's certain things that I don't do, which allows me to go anywhere and everywhere and keep my face. My face is my card. It's my pass. I go everywhere. Me not gonna tell people about me there around bad man and gunman so people can start pre me. I'm around everybody. I'm everywhere. Right? And the reason why I'm able to do that is because I don't go digging in people's business and then twisting stories to get views. I wait until all the information is out in the public. I wait. See, the only thing is you have to know where to source the information from. But once the information is out in the public, then it's public knowledge. And then we can discuss public knowledge. But nobody can say, "Yo, the boy SouFlo expose the thing, and dig up man business, and come tell so and so because him know so and so and so and so tell him so him go tell the world." That's not how I do it. If that's what you're doing, or you're in an area pointing camera at people and lifting up drones over certain area, you're playing a dangerous game. Somebody said all the vloggers out there need to be extremely careful. Because, yes, there might be money and fame that comes with it, but y'all need to remember that it comes with a hefty price. It's sad Because other nations are able to get a whole heap of money and a whole heap of fame off of the same thing, yeah, and they don't get killed and they don't have to worry about all this, but we do. Leave your comments in the comment section below, because I could talk about this for hours. I could talk about the fact that a lot of people out there are jealous too, because they feel like if you make it successfully as a vlogger, or then you have money now, and you're rich now, and you have fame now, and if they're trying it and it's not working for them, then the next step is to make it not work for you anymore either. That's just how the crab in a barrel mentality. But we would need a whole other video for that. I'm going to leave this right where it is right now. Rest in peace to all those who have fallen. And the rest of y'all, be very careful out there. All right? I'm out. Peace.